This is your weekly moment of growth. Before I dive into this week's moment of growth, I wanted to let you guys know, if you're not on my email list, if you're not following me on social media, we actually have an amazing deal for Growth NonMovement Live happening right now, and it actually ends on the date of this release, so the 20th of September at 1 p.m. But if you go into gnmlive.com, go to register for your ticket, you want to fill out the coupon code with the word Marcus, M-A-R-C-U-S, and that will generate a discount code anywhere from 5% to 50%. There are already people buying from all over the place right now, and you want to join them because this is going to be potentially the biggest discount we're giving away to this event, and you can get half off for the event. It's absolutely amazing. The reason we've used the term Marcus is because we just announced Marcus Aurelius Anderson as one of the movement makers. If you guys remember his episode, it's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy to have him in the audience to talk about mindset and how you can overcome pretty much anything in your life. So head over to gnmlive.com, use that code Marcus, and get your huge discount for Growth NonMovement Live 2020. Cannot wait to see you guys there. Now, I posted on Instagram the other day some practices that I really started to do to overcome procrastination, to overcome not wanting to do certain things. And it's a hack that I've put into my life that's really worked out for me. Now, have you ever had those moments where you're like, ugh, I don't want to work out, or ugh, I don't want to do that report, or ugh, I don't want to do that project I have to get done for work. I don't want to edit that podcast. I don't want to write that copy. I don't want to make those calls. Here is what I've put into place for my life, and my productivity has absolutely skyrocketed. I call it my 15-minute rule. And that means anytime I say to myself, ugh, I don't want to do that right now, I want to put it off, and you're kind of lazy about it, I decide instead of complaining, I sit down and I dedicate 15 minutes to that project. So I'll sit down for 15 minutes and edit. I'll start the workout and I'll do 15 minutes. And once I hit that 15-minute mark, if I want to stop then, I will. And I'll be okay with it. The nice part is, even if I stop at that moment after the 15 minutes, I've made progress. I've gotten a little bit more fit. I've gotten some work done, etc. But here's the trick. I've realized when I started to implement this rule into my life, I just finished the job. You see, a lot of the times that we procrastinate, it's in our head. It being difficult or annoying or a pain in the butt, that's things we've built up into our head. Like, how often have you finally sat down to that thing that you've procrastinated for weeks and you realize you can finish it in 10 minutes? So it's really a mindset shift, and it's an understanding that once we start putting in action towards our goals, towards the things that we want, even if it's things we don't necessarily want to do in that moment, we'll have so much more success. So this is a very simple 15-minute rule. So here's my challenge for you. Anything that you've been procrastinating on in the last couple of weeks, I want you guys to sit down, and I want you guys right now, as you're listening to this, literally finish this episode, sit down, and work on that thing for 15 minutes. And allow yourself to truly dive in. Shut your phone off and dedicate 15 minutes to that one thing. And I promise you, once you hit that 15-minute mark, you're going to continue to work because you realize how easy it is. You're in flow. You'll start to move faster. It'll get easier, and you'll get so much more done day after day, week after week, year over year, and you'll get that much closer to your growth goals and that much closer to your end result. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for the last couple of minutes. Hopefully this 15-minute tip has been great for you guys. Like I said, it's changed my life. Shoot me a message over on Instagram at GNM Podcast if you started to implement this, or when you do start to implement this, and let me know how it's changed some things for you. I'd love to hear more about it. I want to thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next week.